Okay. What's going on? What's going on, people? Hope you can hear me. Trying to test the volume. Yep. I'm about to go into it. Yep. Hold on. Close this. I am super. Okay. What's going on, people? How's everybody doing this evening, 9 p.m. after 9? I'm sorry, guys. I got a 6-year-old. We try to put him in the bed. Okay, you can hear me good. Okay, let me turn that off. You can hear me good. I hope you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me good or not. We gonna make it live, baby. This Monday night. We getting it in tonight. We getting it in. It's gonna be literally a conversation about male feminism. Can you hear me clear, babe? On it. Okay. There's gonna be a conversation about male feminism, and I'm gonna put it in the words of a young man that I've been following about my age for the last 5 to 10 years. He wrote the book The Man Not, and this is going to be giving you information. But first I'm going to be giving you some entertainment on a couple of TikToks that I shared today, and some that I didn't share. I hope you guys I see you guys are in here. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Like and subscribe and share to this little platform that you're watching right now. And I truly appreciate you guys. Let me put my banner on. Hold on one second. Put my banner. Oh, damn, not that banner. Oh, sorry, guys. Let me change the banner real quick. This should have been, yep. I know my day. I thought I did it already. I probably was going too fast. But yeah, we're going to actually talk about everything that's going on. Not everything. We're going to talk about male feminism, as you can see from the thumbnail and everything. And we're going to go at it. We're going to do this quick, make this real quick and simple. If you hear noises in the background, this is my my fish tank, my 45 gallon fish tank. I've been hearing that noise in the other videos I was doing, live streams I've been doing. I know it might be a little bit annoying, but excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm in my dining room. What was that? Was that Junior or the closet? Oh, that's all right. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so we're gonna get it in tonight about this topic that I have for you guys, and I'm hope that you enjoy it because I was talking about it last night, 2 to 3 hours. No, we was actually going at it last night, not talking about it, going at it. My boy Savage, what's up, brother? Always supporting me. I support him. I support all my brothers. You know what I'm saying? So yes, sir. Again, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. Get more people in. Hey, share this on a text. This is gonna be one of them conversations. We're gonna have. I want to make it clear, like I always say, for the last 5 years on YouTube, I might not articulate the right way on what you guys want to hear specifically, but I do it authentically because this is who I am. You know what I'm saying? This is my passion. So when I talk about things, a lot of times, I got to grow as a man when it comes to determining who's the enemy and who's not the enemy, because sometimes people don't know they're the enemy, and I deem them as the enemy. So I got to stop phrasing certain things in that manner. I'm learning, just like any other man. If you're not learning when you wake up from that bedroom, from that bed that you sleep in, or whatever you sleep in, and you're not learning nothing each day, then that's on you. I'm learning something each and every day. Staying positive, sometimes you just got to stay whatever the wind blows, and the other times you got to be stronger than the wind. But anyway, let me stop preaching to you guys, and I'm going to bring up this, oh my God, this video right here. What is it? Do I still have it on here? Oh, okay. I actually have to go look it up real quick. No, I don't. I thought I had it in here already. I got all these apps on my screen. I don't know which one is which, but we getting there. We getting right there. Hold on a second. Already, okay, bring it up. This is crazy. Hold on a second. Let me share this with you guys while I'm doing it. Let me share this with you guys real quick. Here we go. Okay, let me get it here. Image. Did I do the wrong thing? Oh, didn't want to do that. Sorry about that, guys. Promise you guys, I had everything already ready to go. I'm over here messing up. Not there. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Is it on the right one? Damn, it's not even in the right one. Sorry about that. Let me get here. No, do you guys hear that? Do you hear that? My wife's going to say I need her right now. Can you hear that? Okay, that's good. I'm glad. Huh? Okay, no problem. That's okay. That's okay. All right, so we here. No, we're not gonna watch her. This is gonna be something where I'm about to show you guys, but we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna let the man, whatever he called himself, the guy, talk. But we're gonna get into it. It's two videos I want to show you. It's not that long, about 2 minutes a piece or so. But I want you to understand. I believe he calls himself a feminist, self-proclaimed male feminist, and it is absolutely a difference. But let's get it in. Hold on one second. Let's get him in here. Can you guys may see that? Okay, I didn't share it yet.
I don't understand why so many men get upset.
Is it in there?
That's voluntarily ignorant, voluntarily dumb at the fact of why feminism exists. You got Google right here on your phone. You're listening to these men on the internet, on the podcast, whining that don't know nothing about nothing. Your grandfather could go upside her head in a grocery store in public, and people you better not talk back. That's how diabolical patriarchy was. That's why we have the level of feminism that exists today. Do you understand your grandmother, or depending on the age of your mom, at that time, your father was on a domestic violence issue, they'll listen to her side first and then listen to his side, or sometimes not even listen to her side at all. They'll listen to his side. Oh, that's why you went upside her head. Oh, that's why she got that black eye. Oh, she talked back to you, and the police would look at her like, how dare you, ma'am? All right, sir, you have a good time. You have a good day, sir. That's how it, that's.
So do you hear what he's saying? He's putting in like every grandfather and grandmother big shit back in those days were like that. Like he was there. Who you think taught him? This man, like he's about my age. This man, so more than likely, he probably was raised in a single mother household. More than likely, if not, I could tell by the way his gestures are this in a video right there, that you can tell he was around a lot of estrogen mannerisms, stuff like that. You can take him out of the game because he's gonna keep on making that noise. So I can understand. I can tell this man was in a situation in his own life where a woman raised him, but also he's a typical male, especially black male, and this is going to make a lot of sense as we go in the video, especially a black male. When a lot of black males are very, it's many male feminists that I know. I'm gonna say most black males that I know from 55 and under, I'm gonna say about 65 and under that I know are male feminists. They just don't probably know it. They just trying to get it out of them or what have you, But this male also, he's another typical male that's on social media pandering to many women, and that's his audience. So he's supposed to say outrageous stuff like all grandpas and grandmothers went through all this. This man is a typical male feminist. Anything to shame other men, to put all men in a box of degenerate culture. I'm gonna keep on. Hold on one second. Let's play this some more of this.
Why feminism is so intense, fellas. You got to understand, we are paying for the sins of our forefathers of this country.
We should not pay for the sins of our forefathers of this country. And any man believes so, that you should pay any sins of our forefathers in our country, in this country, you a fool. You are supposed to, your whole life, as you get older, you will start realizing and understanding this. The only person you're supposed to praise is the Most High. You don't supposed to be putting no female or male on any type of pedestal like this man wants you to, and many men that I know want you to. This is why it's no real male leadership, and why in the title of my thumbnail I say why male feminists hate male leadership. You can tell how he is. It's like some man brutalized him, the way his actions are as he's speaking. Let's keep this like 4 minutes. So here you go.
Okay, that's what's going on. That's why. Do you understand women couldn't have a checking account in their name by themselves fully until 1974? Yes, some banks and some credit unions allowed women to have an account, but en masse, it took a law to be passed to require every banking institution and credit institution, credit union institution, to en masse altogether no longer had to have a male cosigner to have access to a checking account, in order to have a line of credit, in order to apply for a car loan, a business loan. A man had to co-sign it. Do you understand how? And it's just so many voluntarily ignorant from a lot of you men, bro. Like the sex trafficking ring is the $250 billion industry. Who's kidnapping women and putting them in vans? Who's covering their mouth, covering their noses to where they pass out, and throwing them in vans to where they're never seen again? Why do we have over hundreds of thousands of women missing? Huh? One of the leading causes of death of black women is domestic violence. Ages 15 to 43, I believe. One of the top leading causes of death, domestic violence. Just being voluntarily ignorant, voluntarily dumb. Mad at feminism, and like you have.
He said one of the top leading causes of I think he said domestic violence. Killings or domestic violence cases, whatever, are Black women. I believe he said. I might be wrong, but I believe he said that. Let's rewind that back.
Hold on a $250 billion industry. Who's kidnapping women and putting them in vans? Who's covering their mouth?
What he don't understand is women helping those men do that as well. But again, a male feminist believe a woman can do no wrong. That's another thing. A male feminist believe a woman can do no wrong. He literally want her to lead while he sit back and follow her directions. He has to tiptoe, walk on eggshells for that woman, a male feminist. So let's see what he was saying about domestic violence. Hold on.
Their noses to where they pass out and throwing them in vans to where they're never seen again. Why do we have over hundreds of thousands of women missing? Huh? One of the leading causes of death of Black women is domestic violence.
He said one of the leading causes of death of Black women is domestic violence. So what that mean? So Black men are killing Black women. Is he trying to say that's one of the leading causes? This is why I believe when you say stuff like that, you have to literally bring up stats to say what you're saying, because I can imagine, especially the Black women that's our age and younger, they are dating all sorts of different men, different nationalities. They date a lot of women. It's a lot of woman to woman relationships, and that's extreme domestic violence cases. So again, and I think the worst male feminist is a Black male feminist. The reason why it's the worst, because many cases like this man, he will do what everyone does, and that's make the Black man, especially the Black man that handle his business as a man, that understand that it's extremely important for another man to know who's around him, to vet. It's extremely important to vet, especially now more than ever before. As a man that's living in this westernized first world country, woman worshiping, I should say Babylonian worshiping country. And a lot of these men, such as himself, they believe that it's, Black male feminists, like a certain male that I'm speaking with, that I was arguing, going back and forth with last night. He was a typical Black male feminist that was also making the Black male how can I say, the villain, the scum. It's like I said, it's many people within my community that will help destroy the Black man. And it's not just feminist Black women, it's many feminist Black men, many that will love and will love it to destroy the Black man. They do it all the time. And this is the problem when I see a fake pro-Black try to tell me who my enemy, who not my enemy. And don't believe in God. Don't put the Most High first either. And don't put yourself second. Let's keep it going.
Ages 15 to 43, I believe. One of the top leading causes of death, domestic violence.
You got to say the whole thing and who they dating. One of the top leading. And if it's really the top leading, more propaganda, and they known for propaganda. They known for selling propaganda.
Just being voluntarily ignorant, voluntarily dumb, mad at feminism, and like you have no idea why it exists. Understand, start reading, start doing your research. Epstein files, okay? How many men?
Now he's talking about the Epstein files. See, this is to. I knew he was a Democratic plantation member. I just knew it because most male feminists are Democratic plantation members. Black males, literally, black male feminists, literally want women to stay in power. They talk about God, but they don't live in the godly manner that they supposed to live, of putting God first, putting themselves second, putting their wife or whoever they covered third, and their children last. They don't believe in none of that. What they believe in is worshiping the mother goddess, no matter who she is, no matter what society, what the hell is going on in this society, no matter nothing, everything. It's to worship the woman and villainize the man and vote Democrat no matter who. He say the Epstein thing, like that has anything to do with anything. Because if he wants to talk about Epstein, his corporate, his number one partner was a woman. But they don't want to really talk about that. They want to villainize men as much as they possibly can in order to get a woman audience. This man got 3.5 million people views on his on his TikTok. It's because of these women, these delusional women that believe that they will never ever take accountability, and it's not their fault in the first world country that we live in, where they got way more rights than any man since I've been on this earth. I don't know about what they did 80, 90, 152 years ago. I know since I've been on this earth, women have way more rights than men. And that's a fact. These people don't read or look up statistics and stuff like that. I do. I read, I look up statistics. These people talk a good game. Everyone want to be smart, but everyone don't want to be honest. Everybody can be smart, say big words or what have you, articulate better than the next person. But a lot of these people, these men, are doing this for a gain of, to be on some type of at the table with feminists that don't even like you. If you're not agreeing with them 1,000%, they don't want to even. They will demolish your ass. They don't like you. All these people that this man and a lot of male feminists, especially these 55 and up male feminists, all they do is cater to these misandry women that hate manhood. A lot of them hate their own son. You could tell the way they are raising them. We in America, we're not in Baghdad. You're not going to get stoned to death if you're not dressed a certain way. Our women have rights, and a whole bunch of rights, and they should have rights. They have so many rights that they hate men now. And especially within the Black community. Let's keep it going.
And is named on the Epstein files. Who's stopping the Epstein files from coming out? Men.
He's saying there's no women in Congress.
Yeah, you're gonna have some women on there.
Files.
Here,
he's saying there's no women
in
Congress that's stopping the Epstein file. That's what he's saying. Do he really think Kamala Harris will want the Epstein files out? Huh? and you think a person that really not controlled by anybody, Hillary Clinton, will want the Epstein files out? No. You know why? Do you understand? Do you know why that powerful woman, Hillary Clinton, and many other powerful women that's in Congress wouldn't want the Epstein files out? Because I guarantee it's a bunch of women there too. And I guarantee, even if it's their husbands there, they still don't want it. They can still put it out if it's that bad. If they that much of a womanist, like all these fraudulent Democratic plantation members are, why won't you just put the Epstein files out? You could have done it already. It's supposedly been out since 2020. Like, you could have done it already. It's a reason for it, and it's not just men that don't want it out. But again, this is to villainize men and put agent of chaotic, radical, feminist, liberal women on a pedestal. Illogical, entitled women on a pedestal.
Mass and majority, a lot of y'all men know it's majority men on there. Stop being dumb. Stop being stupid.
No, you're the dumb one.
So understand the reason why the Epstein files exist is because of the history of the sins of our forefathers. That's why. So if you want to get mad at women, you want to whine and cry about women with your pacifier in your mouth, understand patriarchy started this whole problem. Toxic masculinity started this whole thing with feminism. That's where it started. Feminism just didn't just start out of thin air. Stop being voluntarily dumb. I don't understand.
Feminism started a long time ago. Actually, feminism started so long ago that a lot of feminist women, they were, actually, feminism was going to be led by, how can we say it? During slavery, feminism was, that was like the first wave of feminism during slavery. And do you know a lot of white women that were widowed, and there was a bunch of them. They had rich white women. They didn't have a husband because they was widowed. They were self-proclaimed feminists. They were actual slave owners. Feminist white women had more slaves than men. And it's a fact. You can look that up. You can actually look this up. Feminism been out since then, and you can also look it up. I'm going to go through it after we get done with these videos, and you can also look up when it was time for Black men to vote. Guess who made sure that they wasn't going to vote? Who did they darnest for them not to vote? Yes, you guessed it. Feminist white women. And this was in the early 1900s, late 1800s, early 1900s. Before the first prohibition. I hope I'm saying that right. Let's look at this other video of this male feminist. Hold on one second. Now, this is the grandmas. Now he's talking about grandma truth. That's it.
See, a lot of y'all have no idea how much your grandmother hated your grandfather. Y'all have no idea how much your grandmother hated your grandfather. If you knew about at least 10%, you would be horrified. And you hear a lot of men, they say stuff like, man, women back in the day, man, they were more traditional, they were domesticated, man, they held it down. Held it down is because they were held back. What if I told you your grandmother didn't want to have all those kids? She didn't want to have all those kids. She probably only wanted to have 2 or 3 at the max. But guess what? They could essay grape their wives, and they couldn't do nothing about it. So why you think grandma and grandpa slept in a different room? Because grandma hated your grandfather because she was trapped. 1993, they just passed the law where husbands could no longer grape or essay their wives. So before you open your mouth saying, you know, women back in the day, man, they were more traditional, man, and you wonder why women are the way that they are today, understand why.
So listen to what he said. He said, your grandmas hate your grandfathers. Look at this hatred towards men. This is what I was saying. When I was in this when I was in this live last night, this is what I'm saying. A lot of these males hate men. They hate male leaderships. Ask a black coach in the last 15 years, how worse has it gotten when it comes to coaching other black children? Because it is feminism. Feminism is a bad thing. It's a very, very bad thing. This man said men had the right to beat their woman. Who was he talking about? I hope this wasn't black men he was talking about. This is a person that watched Colored Purple too damn much. This is why I say that this is one of the biggest reasons all these little so-called smarty-arties, this is why the matriarchy control Black America. This is why the matriarchy control Black America. This is exactly why. The matriarchy control Black America because of stuff like this. This brother actually said that his grandma, your grandma more than your grandmother didn't like you, like her husband. She didn't want to have all these children. This is why I say a lot. This is another reason why I say a lot of these male feminist, liberal Black people, men and women, have the same ideology of the radical feminist, liberal white woman. You think that's a man talking? He's not talking to you. He's talking at you as a man. He ain't talking to you. He's talking at you. He's talking at you because he believes that the only thing he believes is he's self-righteous because he wants. Let's look at his audience. And I meant to look at his audience when yeah. Let's look at this. Let me take myself out of the frame. Hold on one second. Hope you guys can see it well enough. Hold on. Let me damn, I got on 150. Hold on a second. That should be right. Can you see the comments, guys? Hope you can see the comments. Hey, can you look
Don't understand why so many men.
Hold on a second. Maybe it could be any of his, to be honest with you.
See, a lot of y'all.
You can see his comments good? Okay. Let me see if I can scroll down.
I don't understand why so many men get upset at the fact.
I'm not doing it. It's letting me, but I'm not doing it right.
See, a lot of y'all
he got 1,245 comments. 1,245 comments. How many comments you think is men in there? I looked at all those comments. All those comments were women, delusional women.
See, a lot of y'all have no idea.
That have the freedom to do whatever they want, and they're pleased. And they plead. And please, I should say, whatever they want. It's nobody stopping them. My wife that's sitting about 15, 20 feet away from me, she has the choice to leave the home, and she could take everything. This is America. Again, these male feminists and female feminists, these radical feminists, these fourth wave feminists today are like illogical because they believe that they are in some type of
you suggest
they believe that they're in some type of past or what have you. They living off the past.
A lot of y'all have
and not
no
even
idea.
living off the past. They don't even know what happened in the past because all the shit that I got from relatives, uncles, and aunties that's 60, 70, 80 years old, it's all positive shit. These people will have you thinking slavery was only 15 years ago. That's what they will have you think that slavery was only 15 years ago because of how they are perpetual, what they call it, perpetual victims. Everything they victimize everything. And I think it's just a grift. If you know, I know it's a grift. It's mainly a grift because a lot of these guys that are these male feminists, those are the ones that's serial killers. Those are the ones that are actual abusers. Those are the ones that are bringing home all sorts of STDs, all sorts of, baby, women pregnant all the way over here, this, that, and the third. Because all this pandering, lying to the woman, trying to make her feel like she's everything when he's doing something else. Those are the what you call that? The what they call the down low men. Those are the down low men. All these male feminists, all these beta males, and all this going on, they are the real. Those are the ones that be the actual serial killers, as I said before, the actual woman beaters, the actual guys that's bringing home all sorts of STDs, the actual guys that would love to pay for several abortions a year just to not have accountability. The ones that's not taking care of their home the right way, it's either any one of those categories. Stalking women, doing all this stuff they try to project on brothers like me. These are the brothers, I'm telling you, because brothers such as myself, if you're a person that's out of order, and I've been doing this for a very long time in my life, if you're a person that's out of order, I'm not going to bother you. I'm not going to F with you. You're not going to be even in my life. These guys, they will fight with you. They will see things out. They will try their best to work things out, in not a good way, in a lustful way, not a way where it's healthy. I got to make that clear. These are the guys. All these guys that's pandering to you, pandering to your entitlement, your delusion. These are the guys. I'm gonna let you listen to what he said again for the ones that didn't come, that just came in the room. Like and subscribe, guys. Please like and subscribe. Sonny, what are you doing? Oh, I'm watching. Please like and subscribe. Hold on, let me listen. It's about a minute. Hold on 1 second, guys.
How much your grandmother hated your grandfather. Y'all have no idea how much your grandmother hated your grandfather. If you knew about at least 10% or a quarter of the things that she went through with your grandfather, you would be shocked. You would be horrified. And you hear a lot of men that say stuff like, man, women back in the day, man, they were more traditional. They were domesticated, man. They held it down. 7, 8, 9, 10 kids, man, they held it down. You want to know why they held it down? It's because they were held back. What if I told you your grandma didn't want to have all those kids? All those to I slept in a different room because grandma hated your grandfather because she was trapped. 1993, they just passed the law where husbands could no longer grape or essay their wives. So before you open your mouth saying, you know, women back in the day,
Wait,
man,
did
they were
he
more
say what I
traditional,
think
man,
he
and
said?
this
He
and,
said
and you wonder why women
1993.
are the way that they are today.
Wait, hold on. I
Understand
want to hear
why.
what he just said. Hold on a second.
1993, they just passed the law where
Can you,
husbands could no longer grape because grandma hated your grandfather. They could essay and grape their wives, and they couldn't do nothing about it. So why you think grandma and grandpa slept in a different room? Because grandma hated your grandfather because she was trapped.
not a projection.
1993, they just passed the law where husbands could no longer grape or essay their wives.
This brother said 1993. Let me look this up. Hold on a second. Maybe he right. Let me look this up. I'm gonna do what my boy be doing. Savage be doing. Hold on. Hey. Hello. Oh, let me take this off. Hold on. Can I wanted to see what law passed. What was the law that passed that said a man in America cannot rape his wife or sexually assault his wife? Did they pass a law in 1993?
Yeah, absolutely. So you're right on the time frame. In the United States, marital rape began to be explicitly outlawed in all 50 states by the early 1990s. And in fact, by 1993, every state had passed laws that made it illegal for a husband to rape his wife. Before that, it was kind of a patchwork of laws, but 1993 is generally seen as the year when it became fully criminalized nationwide.
What was the actual state that actually passed that law? What was the last states to pass the law, and what was the first states that passed the law that you couldn't sexually assault or rape your wife?
Sure. So let's break it down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The process of
Sorry.
criminal. No worries at all. It's a pretty detailed topic, so I totally get it. Basically, this shift happened over time. A lot of states started changing their laws in the 1970s and 1980s. One of the earliest states to remove the marital exemption was actually Nebraska, which did it in the mid 1970s. Then, over the next couple of decades, more states followed suit. By the time we hit 1993, the last few states that hadn't fully closed that loophole did so. I believe North Carolina was one of the last states to amend their laws, and that kind of rounded it out so that by 93, it was officially criminalized across the country.
Right. So in that factor, what was the percentage? Let's say for the last 50 plus years, that a husband actually raped or sexually assault his wife?
Yeah, so that's a really interesting question, and it's a little bit tricky because the exact percentages are hard to pin down. Basically, for a long time, these incidents were really underreported, and the data we have is mostly from surveys and studies on intimate partner violence. In general, over the last few decades, studies have suggested that marital rape or spousal sexual assault is unfortunately not uncommon. Some research has found that a notable percentage of women, ranging from about 10% to possibly even higher in some studies, have experienced forced sex by a spouse at some point. But again, it varies and it's often underreported. So the exact percentages can be a little fuzzy.
Right. So what what is the case? I want to know specifically the percentage, because we can say it's often underreported, but do we act like, how do we know this? I would like a actual percentage. Let's say from 1980 to 2000.
So if we narrow it down to that 1980 to 2000 timeframe, we do have some studies that give us a bit of a snapshot. During those years, research on intimate partner violence started becoming more robust. And while the numbers still varied, some national surveys indicated that roughly 10 to 14% of women reported experiencing marital rape or some form of sexual assault by a spouse. Of course, like you said, underreporting is always a factor, but those surveys give us at least a ballpark figure from that era.
Okay, it's from that era. So it wasn't a huge deal, is what you're saying.
I get what you're asking, and I want to be really clear. Even if the percentage might seem small in a statistical sense, it's still a significant and serious issue. It's not that it was a huge deal in terms of giant numbers, but any percentage means real people were affected. And it was a big deal for those who experienced it. And
it was definitely a big deal that was going on. But let's say in case of this, what was, when you say the 10% and everything, the 10 to 14% from 1980 to 2000, that's like a 20-year gap. So what I'm hearing is, if it was underreported, it could have been less than 10% or more.
Yeah, exactly. You've got it. When we talk about those numbers, like that 10 to 14% range, that's based on the data we have from people who actually reported or responded to surveys. So there's always that possibility that the real number could be a bit higher or lower because not everyone felt safe or was able to report it. So yeah, you're on the right track. It could have been more or less, but those percentages give us kind of a general picture.
All right, another question before this is the last question. Who were, if you, on a percentage that you might know, who were more happier? Was it women 50 plus years ago or women today?
That's a really intriguing question, and it's definitely a complex one. So happiness is a bit hard to measure across eras because it's influenced by so many social and cultural factors. But generally speaking, if we look at the past 50 or so years, a lot of changes have happened that have improved women's autonomy and opportunities. So in that sense, many women today might report higher levels of life satisfaction because they have more rights, more career options, more legal protections, and just more avenues for personal fulfillment. But of course, happiness is really individual and can vary a lot from person to person. There is not a straightforward statistic that says women 50 years ago were happier or less happy than today. It's more about how society has evolved and the different kinds of pressures and freedoms that women have now versus then.
So you wouldn't know specifically your AI machine. You wouldn't know that specifically unless they was giving tests out 60 years ago and everything. But that's okay. Thank you, ma'am.
You're totally.
Anyway, just like I said, man. And another thing, from what I hear from women, my aunts that are 60 and above, they always tell me their grandmother, their mother, and their aunts were extremely happy. Who wouldn't be? They got to raise their children. The percentage of women, as they said, now they got all these rights and they still unhappy. There got to be a reason. And these male feminists like that male is the real problem as well. I think male feminists are the actual problem. But so in 1993, I guess all of them, they finally passed. I guess they was doing it from the 70s on to 1993. They finally passed even the small percentage of women that was saying that their husband was actually raping them. Then it was a very small percentage. That was a fact that he just grabbed out of his ass. But just like I said, he didn't say the full thing. He didn't say what area that did it. Was it just 1993 or was it in variables of states that was doing it? It ain't like they did it at the same time in 1993 or what have you. But this is what happens when you're grifting to an audience. So I want you guys to look at this right here. Hold on, let me see this real quick. I want you guys to look at this, right? And what this woman is saying. And it's everything I've been preaching for the last 7-8 years. Hold on one second. So look at this.
First of all we have to do
hold on a second. She's there. I can't
is
see
look
it.
at the voting
Black
pattern.
men are the most liberal. Let's talk. This is extremely correct. Black men are the most liberal because most black men want black feminist leadership. They want it. They love it. Let's keep it. Let's just let her talk. Hold on one second.
First of all we have to do is look at the voting patterns and remind ourselves that black men are the most feminist. Put another way, black men are the most liberal. Put another way, black men are definitely like the most, which you would put easygoing, non-patriarchal, I say that in quotes, men out there. Like, you're not going to find men who are more accommodating than black men. You're not. Black men are okay with plus size women. They celebrate plus size women. Black men are okay being stepdads by and large. Black men actually support policies by and large that actually help black women. We saw this with the last election. So it's like, you're not going to find any more kind of like liberal men that she's describing than black men, which is why it is so insane that these characteristics are always ascribed to white men who are the most unlike that, who are the most actual patriarchal in that sense, or who are the most conservative, who are the least politically aligned to black women.
Yep. She is extremely correct. Extremely correct. Black men accept all the bullshit, especially male feminists. They accept all the bullshit. They don't care if you're fat. They don't care if you're skinny. They don't care if you got a bunch of baby daddies. They don't care about none of that. They're the most feminine out of other non-black men. It's just a fact. They don't care about a lot. Don't care about morals, and the reason for it is because a lot of black men especially when a father got out the home, a lot of black men that were raised in a matriarchy household was taught to put up with the bullshit, put up with the ungodly way of the household, the Babylonian way of his household that he grew up in. This is why we have a lot of that dude that I was having a speaking on that was the video, whatever. We was having that. As many guys like him, as many guys like that hate manhood within our community. Like, I would never understand a man, and especially a black man, that will villainize another black man because he want to make sure that he values his life. And the way you really value your life, that a person that can actually destroy your life in and out, is the first world country Babylonian woman that have laws in place to protect her. That have laws in place to protect her. Not me, not him, that protect her. So why don't we vet way more? Protect our seeds way more. Preach to other young men, letting them know, hey, we made this mistake. Please don't do this and that. Be smart. Put God first. If you have that type of mindset within the black community, even the black men, even a lot of these red pill black men, they got a lot of simp in them as well. A lot of them don't stand 10 toes down as well. So how we think the black male feminist going to stand anywhere? You have to value yourself. A lot of again, I'm telling you, this is why what that lady said. Black man will vote against everything he's supposed to be about to protect himself, and vote on the woman needs and her laws to help her pass every law. And this shit is the case for the last 55 to 60 years. The black man been voting, and it's been getting worse. The black man been voting on his demise. Look at these black men. They vote for the LGBTQ. They vote for feminism. They vote for immigration rights. They vote for immigrants to literally take their jobs. They vote literally. They vote for anything that's not going to help them. 80 to 85% of black men vote Democrat no matter who the fuck. No matter who the fuck. At all. No matter. All right, so now we're gonna I'm gonna let you guys see it. Hold on one second. This is the part that I wanted to get to. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's get back here. Oh. Get on YouTube. We're gonna find it. Hold on one second. Let me make this screen big. I'm always doing this shit. I can't wait to get a different laptop because it's killing me over here. Let me add this to the stage, and let's look for it now. Hold on one second. Oh, not this one. Where's switch? Oh, not here. Be patient with me. Okay, here we go.
The Trump administration asked the
Sorry
Supreme
about that,
Court to
guys.
immediately pause a
I don't care about all that boo. All that boo. Hold on one second. We're talking about Tommy J. Curry. One of the best books I ever read was The Man Not. I'm about to share a video about Tommy.
Marriage and property ownership.
Curry, equality. We're going to make this big right here. Hold on. And we're going to talk about it.
But then when you say it's black male privilege, I say, okay, well, show me.
This is going to tell you about feminism. This is going to tell you about feminism. I try to break it down with the male feminism and things that, and how the male think and how they want to vote against their own. They want to vote against they want to vote on their own demise. They want to vote for the woman or whatever laws that's going to protect her and things of that nature that's going to build her in the working in the corporate department or what have you, that's going to help her, every rights that she possibly going to have when it comes to, subsidies and stuff like that, and grants and things of that nature. Most of it's for women, especially in the black community. It's for women. Everything, subsidies, all that is for black men. I don't think black men have anything, to be honest with you. These last 70 years, I don't think black men have anything. It's all black women. That's why you can have 3 to 4 baby daddies, or even if you just have one baby daddy, they give you everything. The more baby daddies you got, or the more children you have, they're going to help you out no matter what. No matter how effed up your kid's going to be, your legacy is going to be. Yeah, let's keep it going.
The disparities between black men and black women, such that it constitutes privilege, and there's always silence, and there's always this emotional response to say, well, the fact that you're asking for proof again means that you're patriarchal, sexist, anti-woman, whatever the term of the day is. So that became my passion for it. And because I do a lot of work on black men and black boys, what I saw was that black male privilege is a way, especially in the academy, for white liberals to justify discrimination against black men. So the way that usually works is that you'll have searches, you'll have job interviews, etc. But then every time you have conversations with white liberal males or white feminist females, what you find is that they use black male privilege as a way to say, well, we don't.
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I you know, that's one thing about Facebook, man. It makes you believe, boy. I tell you, people watching you when you don't even know that they're watching you. And I tell you, man, a lot of your post things, I read a lot of stuff that you put out there. And one thing that I notice a lot with a lot of your posts is that you kind of take on the perspective, you kind of take on and challenge the feminism in our culture today.
Absolutely.
Why is that something that you spend a lot of energy on?
Well, there's a few things. You know, when I first started learning about feminism, you know, I was in undergrad, so you know, I took the same courses that everyone else took. Actually, when I was at DePaul, I was taking courses to get a minor in women and gender studies. But the more and more I actually start reading about Black history and then learning about the classes that I took in women and gender studies, I noticed that there's this huge gap where a lot of times when you read Black history, you see Black historians, both male and female, really documenting painstaking work, going through letters, digging up archives to prove that Black people were doing certain things in an area or a period of time. But then when I go to women and gender studies and take classes there, all I get are stories and narratives. And when I ask for proof, like, well, you know, because there's this idea that Black men were patriarchal, Black men excluded women. I was like, okay, well, what's the proof, right? And people become really offended. And they would say, well, the reason you're asking for proof is because you're a Black male, because you have Black male privilege, because you're patriarchal. And I was like, I'm not questioning. I'm asking, well, show me what happened. And then when I started reading,
thing as Black male privilege.
yeah, this is a big thing in the academy.
Oh wow,
you know. So, oh man, but this is why I challenge it, because there's not been one published paper that articulates what Black male privilege actually is. So you have some people like LaRue Lewis who would suggest that, well, Black men have this.
So anyway, as I was trying to say, I was muted. Tommy was in college studying, what have you. He's asking his very liberal professor. You know, college is where you get indoctrinated with liberalism, feminism, socialism, communism, any isms that's going to demonstrate indoctrination to the young man and young woman brains to destroy this country, as they really, really try to do to this day. You know, they're America last, like they were in the 60s and 70s. They're America last. They want everything chaos and disorder, especially when you look for women to lead you. And not just especially, even worse when a woman is a feminist, a radical feminist, liberal woman. And he just asking questions, and they say, "Oh, you just ask questions because you're a misogynist." It's his his teacher is telling him that his teacher is literally telling him, and you have and what they were saying, and you have a situation where you just have male privilege. They're talking about a young black man that's 21 years old. What type of privilege do we the fuck got? Especially when we were going to college. What type? You talking about 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago? Because Tommy Curry's my age. I'm like, what the hell? Like, when did this happen? You know, when the hell did this happen? You know, so let's keep it going.
But then they speak of it in this narrative form, and I'm the guy that comes up. I'm the scholar that says, okay, well, prove it to me. When we speak to white privilege, you can see things economically. You can see health outcomes. You can see neighborhood segregation. You can see education levels. You can see marriage and property ownership. But then when you say it's black male privilege, I say, okay, well, show me the disparities between black men and black women such that it constitutes privilege, and there's always silence. And there's always this emotional response to say, well, the fact that you're asking for proof again means that you're patriarchal, sexist, anti-woman, whatever the term of the day is. So that became my passion for it. And because I do a lot of work on black men and black boys, what I saw was that black male privilege is a way, especially in the academy, for white liberals to justify discrimination against black men. So the way that usually works is that you'll have searches, you'll have job interviews, etc. But then every time you have conversations with white liberal males or white feminist females, what you find is that they use black male privilege as a way to say, well, we don't want black men. And I've actually been in conversations where people are saying that we should not recruit black men. We should not hire black men. Our focus should be on black women and other women of color.
Do you understand that he's talking to white liberal men and women? They don't want black men, even these male black feminists. But like the man that I had, like the male that I had up here, well, his video, all the shit that a black man go through, and especially a young black man, you would do anything and everything to diminish our brand just to grift off of women. And just like the dude that I was arguing with yesterday, and I felt like I just felt that nobody didn't understand what this man was doing. It's not a funny thing to make another man, or even, and especially young men, some type of villain. You're just putting all men in a box, and you're making us a villain by promoting agent of chaotic women, not good women, not women that's family first, but you're promoting women that will have 5 or more abortions a year and be happy about it. Don't care to kill. One thing he won't say, what's the leading cause of Black death? Who's the leading cause of Black death? Look that up, and I bet you they'll say abortions. Who get the abortions done? Because they have every right to get those abortions done. Where I'm at, most of the states, where I'm at, especially where I'm at, or what have you. Excuse me for saying that over and over again. But yeah, they wouldn't say that though. The man have to be the villain. And you're fighting us Black males that just want to operate in God's way. You would rather, Black men that just want to operate in God's way, you want to try to make us a villain. So you could promote yourself to a group of people that give 2 shits about you. If they give anything about anybody, it's other liberal Black women or women of color. This is a fact. But you want to bring statistics up without saying a full story about that specific statistic. Without saying a full story about the specific statistic, you want to bring all this bullshit up without the facts, without understanding what you're doing. And that's demonizing men, and especially black men. And the male, the grown male yesterday, he was demonizing young boys from 40, 50, 60 years ago. This how hard they go with their pandering. The real sickos. This how hard they go.
It was interesting using education, assimilating people into the mainstay of American democracy so that the country stays stable and doesn't fall back into ethnic conflicts or another civil war. So the two ideologies are birthed from the same kind of racial theories. It's just that it takes two views of it. One's a progressive theory, one's an idealist theory. So today when we have conversations about liberalism, you have middle-class blacks and upper-class blacks that are willing to jump on the liberal bandwagon because they have a kind of rhetoric that says we increase diversity, we're interested in plurality, etc. But that's because the plurality and the diversity they're interested in is about bringing people into what their political or ideological fold is. And I think we see a really good example of this with Black Lives Matter. That you're interested in criticizing Bernie Sanders, which I have absolutely no problem with, but you're deflecting attention away from your criticisms of people like Hillary Clinton. So if we're going to be movements that criticize liberals, then sure, let's criticize liberals, but criticize all liberals. Don't criticize Bernie Sanders because you said that he focuses on class. And notice how reactionary this is. The argument wasn't that Bernie Sanders somehow has a worse record than Hillary Clinton. It's that Bernie Sanders says something like class. And because we've always had this issue in the black intellectual tradition where we say class doesn't talk about race, let's attack Bernie Sanders for that. Whereas people like Hillary Clinton, who literally told us 8 years ago that America was not ready for a black male president, that America, and really said weeks ago that black men in hoodies are scary. These people somehow, her whole platform has somehow avoided the whole issue of being.
Hillary Clinton said all that, another radical feminist, demonic woman, and 85% of black men still voted for her, and about 95 to 97% of black women still voted for her. But black women and men feminists believe feminism is a good thing. They literally believe feminism is a good thing. This is what you guys understand. I'm giving all this knowledge tonight about feminism and how it destroyed our country. It destroyed the black community years ago. I mean, in slavery time, when all those white feminists was owning slaves, and when the black man wanted to vote, wanted to vote, they were the ones that was holding the black man out. When white males wanted black males to vote, they wanted them to be the first ones. You can look this shit up yourself, man. White feminists was the ones that was putting it out to hang black men. Like, yo, man, you can figure this. You can find this out on your own. You can find this out on your own. It's a simple research.
Being attacked by Black Lives Matter, and now I've read that Black Lives Matter is supposed to actually become part of the Democratic platform. This is the co-optation, assimilation as force that liberalism has. And this is why I'm starting to fight there, because there's an assumption that if black people hold liberal values and proclaim this idea that we can change white people, that discussion and recognition works, and that we can integrate within their structures, that this is somehow a more evolved discussion and discourse than conservatism. The issue is that black people seem to be constantly asking for the recognition of white people. And in the case of feminism, it's become a moral trump card where you can problematize and pathologize radical and lower class black peoples and movements just because you say they don't include women the way you think they should be included. And that's one of the trump cards. So whereas you have working class black people from
yes, that's very important. A lot of them people, I get this excuse all the time. Black men, especially black men that vote Democrat. Again, we always vote on our demise for instance of this such right here. When a black man that vote Democrat, no matter who, when he let it be known that, well, it seemed like they don't want women to have rights and women, and with this Roe v. Wade stuff, that's why I don't vote Republican, because I believe women should have all the rights that they possibly can. Then so goddamn it, they have all the rights that they possibly can. They get way more rights each and every year. What are you talking about? What land are you living in? A black man telling me that he want to vote on his demise. It's a male feminist. A male feminist. You guys have to understand who it is. And I'll be honest with you, I was saying earlier, a lot of people don't really, again, homeboy, this dude was letting me know that Stanley guy, he was like, oh, you don't know what feminism is. Are you kidding me? I knew what feminism were for the last 25 years. And as I get older, I even know even more. I know about the first wave feminism, the second wave, the third wave, and now we're in the fourth wave. Like, what are you talking about? But that's something with the smarty-arties that think they're more intelligent than everyone else, but they're not. Man was asking me if I had one of them actually, I got more baby mamas because he wanted me to be a YN, but that's the same typical. He was calling me a YN, but that's the same typical type of male like that wants to diminish another male within a black community. He just don't do it with a gun. A YN would do it with a gun. A bourgeoisie Negro that love and cherish white liberal women, they'll try to do it in an intellectual way. They try to do it in a self-righteous way, as they believe that they're going to destroy a black man, his feelings or what have you. I had a whole live stream done about me for the last 4 or 5 hours because who I am. The last 4 or 5 hours, that's why I knew I won that argument. It don't matter how you talk. It's passion. I'm not cursing at nobody. I'm not saying I'm gonna kill this person or that person or unalive or whatever, how you want to make it. I'm not saying that. That's not me. I'm telling it like it is, and people are getting upset. People are doing 5 to 6 hour live streams on me. I'm not doing 5 to 6 hour live streams on me. I'm not doing it at all. Again, a black man that have it going on, that understand reality, he don't have to be the most intelligent person. He don't have to have 8 degrees, or he don't have to be the most street person in the world. He don't have to be none of this. All you have to do is think for himself. And I know non-black men would say the same thing, but just like that woman was saying, I showed her video. Just like that woman was saying when I showed her video, it was one of them things. Like she said, it's one of them things that they want to. Black men, for the most part, they will accept anything because they were taught that. They wasn't taught to understand the people around them. They wasn't taught that they can also have what's the word I'm looking for? Standards. Most black men that I know really don't have the important standards. The important standards that's going to keep you living a good life, the best life you could live. A lot of black men don't understand how important standards are. And many, no matter, again, they are smarty-arty or some street dude from the bottom to the top. If you a black man with standards, you getting hatred from you getting hated from the pookies to the male feminists to the beta males to the fake smarty-arties. Man, you're getting it from everybody to the radical feminist females. The only person that's on your side is rational people. People that's rational. People that's logical. People that understand that a lot of these people want you to be an idiot. They want you to be their idiot. A lot of these people, as I said before, people did a 5-hour live stream about me today. And I'm the one that was mad last night. That's how I was acting. I'm like, wow. That's how I was like, it must be different. It's like certain things must be different because where I'm from, it's the person that curses you and the person that tries to tell you who you are and they don't know you. Those are swole people. Those are people that won't lose an argument. You lose an argument when you have to curse somebody out or tell a person who they are and you don't know nothing about them. That's the person that lose. Most men I know say the same thing. That's the person that lose. But again, a man, and I'm not saying I'm the most perfect person for this type of conversation, but all I'm saying is I know me. I know who I am. You know, these male feminists that's got to pander to these same women that will, in their lifetime, will abort over 15 black babies. Tell me if I'm lying. The same women that will destroy everything that you own if you do something that they don't like. Just because I'm not pandering to you like he is, those are the ones that's not safe. You know who was a huge pandering man? People like Diddy. He pandered, yeah. A lot of these, I'm telling you, a lot of these males that y'all be thinking, oh, he's such a gentleman. He loved women. Oh, my God. You know what I'm saying? He always treat me special, this, that, and the third. Those are the same people, men, beta males, male feminists, that would make sure he put you on that pedestal. As soon as you F up just a little bit, he will try to destroy your life and his. Those are a typical serial killer. I'll take it to this point, like I did earlier. A typical serial killer is a man that he was a gentleman. He was a male. He was a male that you saw as, oh, he's so pleasant. He's such a good guy. And then all of a sudden, you downstairs in his basement, You're literally downstairs in his basement or some shit. Or a male that allow you to do whatever you want, anytime, any day, no matter, and you keep on doing it, and he doesn't say anything, and then it builds up so much that he got to put his hands on you. Yo, telling you, those be the males. The males that be coming on social media, TikTok, trying to grift off of women. And there's been many of them, and you guys know this. And you come to find out he's cheating on his wife or his girl, giving her all sorts of STDs and shit like that. Got babies all over the country because all these dumbass women that he put on the pedestal, being as though they know they demons. Now everybody effed up. Legacies are effed up. Because you believe in these men that don't hold you accountable. But let's not get it effed up. A lot of these women, they don't respect men like that. That's why they keep it up with the bullshit, because he takes a lot. And then that happened. And then this happened. Watch out for the male feminists, man. If you're a man that is about, is about success, about, logic, about building your brand, about standing 10 toes down when it comes to the energy that's around you, watch these male feminists. It's many of them. It's a lot of them. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. But you got to watch it. Keep with your standards. Don't let none of these fools tell you, oh, you red pill, you idiots, don't know nothing. Don't know nothing. But why I'm good? I'm good. I don't need no validation. These people need validation. That man that I showed earlier with them videos, he needed validation. Like most male feminists, betas, and even pookies, they all need validation. Everybody has a feminine DNA, but them guys, especially when you worship the matriarchy, your feminine DNA increases. A lot of these dudes' DNA has increased. They don't give a shit. This is who they are. You have to watch them. You have to watch these males that will rather make a whole group of men villains just to achieve the beta male feminist achievement, to put these radical feminist women on some freaking delusional pedestal. A man that stands for something such as I do, I stand for leadership within your household. Everything I speak and talk, I'm living it. I'm not perfect, but everything I speak and talk, I'm living it. And if anybody has a problem how I live when it comes to understanding that I'm a man that has standards. And again, many people do not want men to have standards, and especially within the Black community. I put the young lady up earlier. She told you, most Black men, they accept anybody and anything. They accept other baby daddies because they want to be a baby daddy. They accept being everything when it's time to vote, when it's time to get policies for yourself. They'd rather the woman get it here. Yeah, absolutely. 80 to 90%, 80 to 85% of Black men vote Democrat no matter who. It's because of reason. It's a reason. Because the Black man is this like that woman said, is very feminine. than any other non-black man. The black man is accepting of women leadership than any other non-black man. And I've been saying this shit for 10 years. When they got a black man that don't accept all this bullshit, that have standards for himself, they don't like that black man. Last night, that dude don't like me. I set standards. I stood 10 toes down. The more I stood 10 toes down, the more that man was calling me out of my name and didn't even know me. But I said, that's okay. And then I'm hearing that he won because he called me out my name, don't even know me, trying to tell me I'm just a baby daddy with multiple baby mamas. A male feminist, and it's the same bashing that a female feminist do. A bitter female feminist do. Bashing of men. That man wasn't playing, because if he was playing, you wouldn't have saw. Look, you wouldn't have saw what I saw today, a 3 to 4 hour live stream about me. I got him. Male feminists and pookies don't like real men. They don't. Because I don't pander to nobody but God. You can say all the derogatory words you want. You can call me all these names that you think that you want to call me. You can tell me what you think you want me to tell you, that you think that is me. Whatever you think the character of me is, hey, that's you. I don't need no validation or acceptance from nobody but God. I'm not just saying that. I mean that. My wife would tell you, if nobody don't want to be here, nobody, we cook dinner or whatever. If they not coming over, we good. I would say, I bet I never do it again. I bet I never do it again. It only take one. When it's family, take about 2 times. When it's people that I really don't give a shit, take 1 time. No, I don't care. Dude was literally trying to get me to validate whatever he was saying about me. That's like I kept on saying, that's just like bitter females. It's all good, but it's just like a bitter female. It's not a man. Men don't, especially grown ass men, they don't talk about, they don't care what another man is doing, as long as he ain't destroying nobody's family or taking money out taking money out the opposite, the opposing person pocket. They don't give a shit. But a lot of beta males, male feminists, they do give a shit. I ain't doing no 4 to 5 hours, even if I had all the time in the world. I ain't doing no 4 or 5 hour content on a person if I'm not mad about it. You know what I'm saying? I understand it's content, but I also understand by listening to it today, he was really hurt. Because I called it like I saw it. You think a 45-year-old man don't know nothing about what feminism is? Man, that again, like that man did on the video that I put earlier, even black male feminists put black men in a bottle. I work at schools. Most of the men are male feminists. Anything somebody say or anything somebody do, they believe whoever. Just like the rest of the misandry women that work for school systems. All of them feminists. They will help destroy you as much or even more than a female feminist would. I know these things because, again, I might not be the most intelligent person. But literally, I can read the room better than anybody. And most of the time, any room that I'm in, I have the most common sense than anybody in that room, most of the time. Because I know people. You ain't get mad because you're passionate. You'll know when, especially with me, you'll know when I'm getting mad. But what I need to get mad about, some delusional, somebody that I don't know. Even if I know the person, if I really don't care about a person, I'm not getting mad at him or her because I don't care. I tell motherfuckers all the time, argue with someone that cares about you. Do it. It'd be better for you and the person. You know? So for all the smarty arties and all the pookies and all the male feminists, you keep on putting these women on the pedestal, manipulating them, doing everything that you do to women, while the woman that's in my home, they're going to be protected the right way. That's what men like me do, because nobody is going to be let in my home or in my sanctuary without being vetted. Because when you let in my home, you best believe I'm going to protect whatever is in my home. That's what real men do. Real men don't pander to these delusional, radical, feminist, misandry women. Real men don't put every man in a damn box of being a damn sex predator. And these what these dudes do. All the men, all these male feminists have the same ideology of liberal feminist white women. All of them. Every last one of them same feminist white women that put us in chains. You always talk about slavery, right? All you fake pro-blacks that are pro-Democrat, you always talk about slavery, right? But you have the same ideology as the one woman that don't give two shits about you, and that's the liberal white woman, the liberal feminist white woman. She's the one that's educating your kids, right? All these years. What is she educating your kids to do? What you can't do. And she educating? This is what I'm talking about. You people be killing me with this fake pro-black stuff, and it's getting old because we all know your angle. You hate black men that have the right to have standards, and you hate black women that want that black man that can actually lead her in ways that you beta males and you male feminists would never ever be able to do. You would never ever be able to do because, again, you want her to lead you. That's the difference between many of you, not my actual audience that actually know me, but many men that I know. That's the difference between you and I. The woman wants to be led by me, and you want to be led by the woman. You can call it what you want. You can call me a fool. You can call me that, but it's the truth. You're simping. A lot of you guys simping so hard to get either content, to troll, to do everything possible to diminish other men that you don't know. You don't know, but you don't care because you want to pander, you want to grift. That's what you want to do, and that's okay. You have the right. You're in America. You have the right to do that. We might not have all the rights that we want, because many of you guys are extremely entitled, but we live in the greatest country in the world. And you could do this the low IQ shit, and you could do shit that you're supposed to do, a high IQ, stuff that you need to do to better yourself. Anyway, man, this is what I got. This is what I have. Either tomorrow or Wednesday. As a matter of fact, Wednesday, I'm going to do another live stream, and I'm going to get on people's panels, but I'm going to let you know that smart stuff is a great thing. You build my confidence when I'm talking to you. Like I tell people all the time, I don't live in no echo chamber. I haven't lived in an echo chamber in an extremely long time. I talk to all sorts of people. I can have direct conversations with anyone, anybody. But when you get disrespectful and you believe the one you want to fight or whatever, but you're doing 4-hour live streams on me, that tells me right then and there, I got you. That's what it told me. And yes, I do understand. I hope this live stream tell you that I do understand feminism. I understand the definition of feminism, sir. And ma'am, whoever's watching, a certain person that I'm doing this video and not even really mentioning your name and putting you on my platform like that. And even if you come on my platform one day soon, I'm not going to even discuss it with you unless it get that way. Then my audience will know who you are. But believe me, I believe that feminism is the worst thing for America, and it always will be. Look what these liberal white women doing, these liberal feminist white women are doing to this country right now. They're trying to do all these socialists. See, that's another story. Anyway, I'm glad you guys here. Like and subscribe to the channel. Share the video, as I was saying earlier, or what have you. I'm gonna have a couple people up on my panel Wednesday, and I got to do it Monday and Wednesday. I think I got games on Thursday. I'm looking at my wife, and Friday and Saturday. So I'll be here. I might be here tomorrow too, but more than likely it's gonna be Wednesday and Thursday. Then I'm gonna do some live streams, and I'm gonna be on people panels and everything. Anyway, check me out, man. I stayed on here longer than I was supposed to. I can run my mouth for a long time sometimes. My wife's probably saying, hell yeah. Yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna talk to you. You guys have a good night, and I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Nope, Wednesday. Peace.